Lakers looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. So the Lakers win the tip. Here's the starting group for Houston. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Clint Capella is out there with Anthony, and it's Tucker in at the small forward position. LeBron kicks to Ingram. No good. Good work defensively by Paul.
You know, Ingram shot over 40% from three-point range his only season at Duke. Didn't hit near that mark in his rookie season with the Lakers, but no surprise he's got to learn how to get his shot at the NBA level. But I think he's going to improve in that area and be a heck of a player going forward.
McGee is screened. James dishes to McGee. He used that pick to get in close. McGee's got the first points up on the board for the Lakers.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
And you know, Greg, that's what you like to see, grabbing hold of the lead right now, right away.
Now here's Harden. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And Ingram has struggled at the free throw line, both in the NBA and in college.
Yeah, and you know, I would agree with this assessment from scouts. Typically, free throw shooting percentage is really a little better predictor of a player's overall marksmanship. Still, I think Ingram's shooting will improve dramatically because he's got a nice looking shot, the mechanics. Now it's just about the quality of shots he gets and getting stronger, and he'll figure that out.
Here's Tucker following the basket by LeBron James. Shots good by Anthony.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's James. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Screen by Capella. They set the pick. Harden inside the three-point line, and Houston again with the bucket.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Ball, the pass to Ingram. Dishes to James. McGee sets the pick for Ingram. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Brandon Ingram, growing up in Kinston, North Carolina, led Kinston High to 4 consecutive state championships.
And you know, North Carolina alum Jerry Stackhouse also hails from Kinston. Stackhouse played hoops with Ingram's father and took a mentorship role in Brandon's life from an early age, so he's in good hands from that standpoint. Brandon, certainly his own man, chose to go to Duke despite his mentor being a famed Tar Heel. Bet you they have some pretty good discussions about that.
I'm sure they do, Clark. You're right. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Well, you know, last season, one of the surprise teams was the Houston Rockets. Ended up 3rd in the West and one of the best records in the NBA. And, you know, most thought they would have a down year after Dwight Howard walked. A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
James, left side. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Tips it, and James pulls it down. The Lakers in the lead. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to talk with Mike D'Antoni for just a minute. He said he knows it's a test. This is one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. He told me we can't shut them down. That's unrealistic. But if we stick to our principles, if we communicate with each other and take away the easy things, we'll give ourselves a good chance. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks as always, David. Well, they know what their toughest job is going to be today.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always hard to go up against a team that can light it up like this. You can't let them hit the ground running.
Exactly. I mean, they've got to be the ones dictating the tempo and the pace. Keep the high-octane offense on the other side in check.
Paul with the buckets.
Well, I tell you what, CP3 dealing with some serious defensive heat there and just kind of shrugs it off like it's no big deal. His concentration on the jump shot, excellent.
Here's Caldwell Pope following the basket by Chris Paul. And McGee kicks to Caldwell Pope. Another miss by Caldwell Pope.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
That free throw good from Anthony.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Both free throws good from Anthony. Well, the Lakers last season, the worst defensive team in the NBA. Again, offense was a little bit better. Clark, what's the key for them offensively?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, ball movement, utilizing everybody. Last season, they were bottom 5 in assists, top 5 in turnovers, and that ratio, those numbers, not conducive to good offense.
Rockets leading by 3. Harden outside, kicks it to Paul. There's a good screen. Now, here's Tucker, guarded by McGee. A shot by Paul, nobody around. Connects from three-point range.
You know, the defense has to be conscious of his playmaking, so a lot of times that gives Chris Paul plenty of room to get off the three-point shot.
Now, here's LeBron. McGee a screen. 6 to shoot. McGee sets the pick for Caldwell Pope. Shoots over Tucker. They grab their own miss. McGee, a stupendous finish in traffic.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Paul kicks to Harden. Capella sends a screen for Harden. Anthony in the corner. Here's Capella. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's LeBron. That's good from 17 feet away. LeBron's got 6. Harden against Caldwell Pope. Here's Anthony. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to LeBron. Anthony with the block. In the corner, Harden. Paul kicks to Anthony. Here's Tucker. And a miss there on the triple. Lakers trail by 6. Pass to Ingram. Over Anthony. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Rockets on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. He kicks it to Paul. Back to Anthony. Capella with a screen on McGee. Anthony dishes to Paul. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. 8 points for Chris Paul.
That is the quick decision-making of Chris Paul. Doesn't take a single dribble, just sees it and hits it.
Caldwell Pope outside. Here's LeBron. Rebound by Anthony.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
The offensive rebound. McGee with the block.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's LeBron. It's over Tucker, and it falls over the rim and in. 8 points for LeBron.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Screen by Capella. Capella with a screen on James, and it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. And here are the Rockets now. 7-point differential. Back to Paul. There's the three. The shot missing. And the Lakers going the other way now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Now, here's Nene. Houston moving the ball around. Gordon, the pass to Paul. 5 to shoot. Here's Nene. Rebound the Lakers.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Tries again. Here's Gordon. He dishes it to Paul. Pass to Chi. Shot clock at 6. Nene setting the pick for Ennis. And it's blocked by Stevenson. From about 19 feet. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Rockets leading by 5. Ennis kicks to Paul. Back to Ennis. There's the pass to Chi. Paul for 3. Paul missing again. Stevenson outside. Pass to Zubats. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Paul kicks to Nene. They set the pick. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Inside. Chi passes to Nene. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul against the Lakers. This is his first free throw of the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve. but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Now here's Stevenson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Zubac kicks to Rondo. Over Paul. That one misses.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
Now here's Stevenson. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Shot from 12. They get it back, goes back up, and he gets it back. Here's Stevenson. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Paul dishes to Ennis. Buries it from 3-point range. Ennis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Tell you what, Kevin, there aren't many players who would have even seen that pass, but when we're talking about Chris Paul, he's got unique vision, unlike most anybody else.
And really no other way to put it, but the Lakers with that dramatic front office change last season around that deadline and new big name leadership. The hope is that they can escape from what's been an awfully rocky patch here of Lakers history.
Jerald Green, he's checked in for Paul. All free throws good from Lance Stevenson. And the turmoil for the Lakers up top has certainly been fodder for the newspapers in Southern California.
Yeah, aborted takeover attempts, infighting, court battles. I mean, this has been a soap opera. But one thing is certain, in order to be successful as a franchise, you need everybody on the same page. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Houston leading by 4. Outside Gordon. Out to the right wing. And here's Green outside. That will count. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for the Houston Rockets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
Go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know I may be, matched up against, throughout the night. So I'm not surprised by anything if it happens throughout the game. So it's a lot of preparation that goes in, to just one game, just trying to get one win, but that's what it takes to win game.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, Gordon is out there with Jerald Green. Then there's Nene. Then it's Ennis, and it's Chi in at the 4 slot. Now here's Rondo after Eric Gordon's miss. Stevenson drives in, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Clark, trying to find players that complement each other is such a big factor in the NBA. How much do differing styles of play matter for a low block pairing, for instance?
Kevin, I think it's critical. You need guys that have complementary skills. Somebody that can score it with his back to the basket deep in the post. And then that other big guy has to be more versatile. He has to be a good passer from every angle in the post area. And he has to be a guy who can make shots from that 12 to 17-foot range. So you have the kind of spacing that's ideal for two good inside players.
There's Green with the three. Kept alive by Houston. And some nice passing there by Houston. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Hart, that's good. Houston in the lead. Green with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And it's Gordon penetrating, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Rajon Rondo.
When you're guarding Gordon, you've got to be careful. He excels at drawing fouls and playing through contact.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
First free throw is good.
And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor, and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for Gordon, he's been a great catch-and-shoot player in the past, Greg. The difference last season was the improvement in his pull-up threes.
And there is a world of difference between shooting a three off the pass as opposed to off the dribble. The pull-up threes are what make players like Steph Curry so hard to guard. And when Gordon added that to his game, I think it helped his overall ability to score the basketball.
And Gordon doing a nice job measuring these inside shots well. I mean, has a solid, quick release pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
Rondo passes to Stevenson. Over Ennis. And it's Stevenson again missing.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Rondo with it, and it's Gordon picking him up from deep. Stevenson sinks the triple. Stevenson's got 7 points in the game.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Nene kicks to Gordon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, it's so good to see Eric Gordon healthy because he's battled injuries quite a bit throughout his career. Last season played in the most games he's played in a long time, and actually ended up being healthy and one of the most valuable players on a very good Rockets team.
The first free throw is good. And Eric Gordon dealing with injuries. And unfortunately, that's been kind of the theme of his career. Last season, only the second time he's ever played more than 70 games in a regular season. The first time was his rookie year out of Indiana.
Yeah, you can't deny the fact, Kevin, that the current of being injured has run through Eric Gordon's career. But while he's not been that efficient as a driver when he's healthy, he has always been consistent from outside. And he reminded everybody last season just how dangerous he is as a shooter when he's healthy.
Ball dishes to James. He feeds it to Caldwell Pope. 6 on the shot clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Ball no good. Rockets leading by 5. To the paint. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist from Harden. That's now 8 points for Eric Gordon.
You got to respect and you can't sleep on the passing ability of Harden. Love how he zips it over to open teammates.
James, the pass to Ingram. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Screen by Capella. Green kicks to Capella. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, despite that possession, something that I've liked is they've been under control while getting out in this lead. They've kept those turnovers down.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. Now, here's Ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The Rockets have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM, and he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. Rockets leading by 5. Lob pass to Capella. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Caldwell Pope with a wide-open look. Los Angeles with another miss. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now, here's Tucker, guarded closer. Here's Anthony. Wide open shot is on the money. Anthony's got 8 points.
That's just unselfish basketball by Tucker, making the extra pass to set up his teammate.
There's the screen. Caldwell Pope kicks to James. It's rebounded by Houston. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. But they recover it. And Tucker has it in the corner. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. He's got 6.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Mark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
And the basket by Harden.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pumpkin.
The 3 from LeBron, the rebound by Harden.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now Harden, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Clock at 6. Here's Tucker. Great D that time from James.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Now here's Ingram. Feeds it to McGee. The dish to Ball. Fires the 3. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
You know, Ball, despite the quirkiness of the shot, he does have a quick release, so you got to know he's a threat to score whenever he has it in his hands.
Here's Harden. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Zubac is checked in for the Lakers. Now here's James. He's got 10. 2 points. That one goes.
Boy, I tell you, he has been lights out. Sadly, they're still behind. He needs his guys to step up.
Ball outside. And some nice passing there by Houston. To the right side. Here's Tucker. They get the rebound. Harden, and good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. Harden's got the lead up to 13 now for the Rockets. Ball dishes to James. To the middle. McGee's shot is off. Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And Tucker has it in the corner. Harden outside. From downtown, a nice shot by Tucker.
Timeout.
Tucker's got 6 in the quarter.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Luke Walton is the 26th coach in Lakers history, and it was love at first sight for the Lakers. I mean, after one interview with the team and the top brass, the other interviews were all canceled, and the dream job was his for the taking, and I think he's going to turn out to be quite a good coach in the NBA.
Ball no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Off target from three-point range.
And, you know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
Zubac kicks to McGee. From the arc, and James gets it to go on the assist by McGee. James has got 15, and he called it his dream job. But a lot of risk for Luke Walton, certainly in Los Angeles. Lakers had just gone through the worst season in franchise history.
Yeah, and, you know, not to mention the unrest in the front office, Kevin. In the end, though, for Luke, it was just too good an opportunity to pass up. He's a SoCal guy. He won rings in L.A., and it wasn't the safe move, but sometimes the best moves require some risk, and it was where he wanted to be.
And here's Rondo after Clint Capella's bucket, and he comes up with the deuce.
And how about the focus there from Rondo? Doesn't let the D get to him, finishes those shots well.
A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And he's not going to miss those very often, even from deep. The D has to close out a little stronger on him.
Anthony drives in. That's a 2 from Paul. No good on the shot. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Outside Rondo. Pass to Zubac. They set the screen. The feed to James. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
Now here's Paul. Dishes it to Tucker. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Rondo kicks to Ball. He dishes it to LeBron. And so it's the Houston Rockets with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We're buckling down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays, you know, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Hello,
Show.
folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic, that's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, the effort and intensity from a defensive standpoint has just really been superb, really firing up his team.
And Greg, you know, to have a really good defense, you need that rim protector back there, and this guy was an absolute beast during that half.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Rockets leading by 18. Ball runs point with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to his side. They're the backcourt. LeBron James is out there with Ingram. And it's McGee in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Now, here's Ball. Kicks to Ingram. "13 feet away. Here's McGee, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity."
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, just a real lack of aggressiveness there right now. I mean, can't give up these types of layups to begin the quarter, Greg. I mean, that's a no-no.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
And Paul gets it to go in.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now, doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
And they pick up 2. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. 2 great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
And here is Ball. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Caldwell-Pope outside. McGee sets the pick for LeBron. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Now, here's Tucker, covered by LeBron. Paul kicks it to Tucker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
LeBron outside. McGee a screen. To the wing right side. Ball. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
And Kevin, I really think it's important that that shot becomes part of Ball's arsenal. He's got to get comfortable knocking down the three-point shot.
Now here's Paul. He's got 10. Harden kicks to Paul. Back to Harden. And Tucker has it in the corner. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Yeah, you know what? The defense can't keep giving him these looks. I mean, he looks really comfortable shooting from these spots on the floor.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Well, you look at the Lakers as an organization, and we know historically one of the great sports organizations in any sport. The reputation, though, has been slipping a bit in recent years. The front office moved last season, bringing what they hope will be some stability and certainly a bit more prestige to the team.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And here is Ball. He has 6. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Ingram's got 4 points in the quarter. And when you look at the Lakers' new front office, do you think it'll be an improvement?
Time will tell, Kevin. I think that's hard to predict. The pieces certainly lean towards success, but it's a hard job. Certainly there's more credibility now. I don't think there's any question about that.
Now Ball, following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. McGee is screen on Paul. Ball, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Man, I like Ball's energy going to the rack. I mean, he's showing no fear because he knows he's going to get hit, and he drives inside anyway.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
No good on the free throw. Well, it seemed like destiny. The Lonzo Ball would end up with the Lakers. He found his way to the team he grew up watching.
You know, and rarely do you see a team and player be such a perfect fit. But that's the case here. And the pressure will be on Lonzo to succeed in L.A., put a lot of faith in getting to the Lakers. And remember, he turned down workouts from every other team because he wanted to wear that Laker uniform.
And he's good on the second. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
And that one misses.
And James Harden is clearly an MVP caliber talent. No doubt about that. A triple-double threat who really is a stat sheet stuffer supreme.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Ball kicks to Ingram. Passes it to Ball. A floater.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
They kick it out to Green. The Rockets with another miss.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
He kicks it to Paul. Shoots over Ball. That's good from Paul on the assist by Green.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
And here's Anthony for three, and he's good on the three ball. Anthony's got 11 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Now Ball. He has 7. Here's Ingram. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And one of the surprise moves of this past offseason was Chris Paul moving to Houston, joining James Harden to become one of the strongest backcourts in our league. Kicked off a feeling that Houston would be a force this season.
First free throw is good. And you know, Greg, many thought that Chris Paul may take a look at San Antonio, and he did, but Houston was too enticing a chance to pass up.
Yeah, it's certainly a distinctive third chapter in Paul's career. He's always been criticized for not going deep in the playoffs, and saw Houston as maybe his best bet to make a deep run.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better and better.
Screen by Capella. Anthony in the corner. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 14 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Timeout called the Lakers.
Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
And the Lakers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. Now here's Rondo. There's a screen. Now the pass to Stevenson. Here's Kuzma. It's good from long range. Kuzma's got 7 points. Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
For the Rockets, Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. She comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Paul. Here's Green. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Chi. Lobbed up there for Green, and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Lakers trail by 19. Pass to Hart. Now here's Rondo. Here's Kuzma. Back to Rondo. Passes it to Hart. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Kuzma, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Gordon. He's got 8. Gordon with a screen on Rondo. From deep, Harden. Kuzma pulls it in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Hart, that's good.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake.
Now here's Nene. It's Harden with the drive. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quitting this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Rockets.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to be on fire from beyond. They have been really good from the three-point line.
Zubac is checked in for Wagner. And a switch here also for Houston. Ennis is checked in.
You know, what's astounding to me about Harden in his play last year was how he transformed himself, and it actually goes back to a conversation he had with Mike D'Antoni. He basically told Harden, I need you to be the point guard, and he's adjusted nicely to that role in Mike D'Antoni's high-octane offense.
There's the pick, and here's Stevenson for three. It's rebounded by Houston. Nene's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Gordon with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Kicks it out to Harden. Outside Gordon. The pass to Chi. 6 to shoot. From deep. The rebound by the Lakers. Stevenson's got 4 rebounds in this game. With Harden, something clearly just clicked for him in his offensive game and scheme. Led his team in scoring, in assists, and rebounding. Did all that while playing fewer minutes than the year before.
And I think a lot of that you have to attribute to him embracing Mike D'Antoni's request for him to play point guard. I mean, he put up numbers you simply don't see in the NBA. And last season was clearly one of the great seasons in NBA history.
Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. 1, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And 2, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with him.
And both free throws good from Rondo.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Lakers on D. Down by 15. Harden kicks to Ennis. He feeds it to Nene. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 14. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ennis has got 5. Stevenson with it. He's got 7. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Hart. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Hart's got 5 points now this quarter.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the length.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here is Stevenson following the score by Houston. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. 9 points in the game so far.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Lakers trail by 15. Kuzma passes to Stevenson. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
The Rockets shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Nene, the screen. Gordon dishes to Harden. For 3, it falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Pass to Hart. They set the pick. Off the pick. Goes back up. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Shooting one.
And you know, Kevin, there is no question about what this Rockets team wants to do. Shoot threes and drive it to the goal. Last in the league in mid-range jumpers by a long shot.
Now here's Ennis. He has 5. Here's Nene. And the shot falls short this time. Lakers trail by 13. James kicks to Zubats. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Stolen. Here's Tucker. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. Ennis has got 3 assists in the game. And to give some more data on the Rockets and their threes, about 46% of their shots last season were from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and you know what? The Rockets are a firm believer in advanced analytics, which tilt the balance towards the three-point shot. And that's been a real driving force for why this team values the three as much as they do. And just another side note, that was an NBA record in terms of three-point shooting volume by the Rockets last season.
15 seconds left in the third. There's a screen. Rondo passes to Caldwell Pope. The dish now to LeBron. Shoots over Tucker. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's the Houston Rockets out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Lakers trail by 17, so on the floor for Houston. Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. PJ Tucker is out there with Ennis, and it's Chi in at the 5. Here's McGee. Count that one. McGee's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Los Angeles.
If you let him get that deep, this is what you can expect.
He's not only strong as ammonia down there, he's smart as Einstein, too. Poor effort from the defense.
James outside, feeds the ball. Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Kicks it to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. In the corner, it's Ingram. Shoots over Tucker. And he overshot that one, missing.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. That's 10 points for Eric Gordon. Los Angeles has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. James up top.
Jump on, jump on. Cool, cool, cool. You two players.
And the Lakers with possession here. Ingram dishes to James. Back to Ingram. Clock at 6. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. 14 points for Brandon Ingram.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
There's the pick. Paul passes to Chi. McGee against Gordon. To the left side wing. The feed to Tucker. Over Ingram. Tucker can't get it to go. Lakers trail by 14. Here's Ball. Here's Ingram, and he drops it in from the low post.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Now here's Ennis. To the middle. Here's Chi. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Rockets lead by 14.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing. A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that
that could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Houston making some changes. Clint Capella comes in for Chi, and Carmelo Anthony has subbed in for James Ennis.
Shooting one.
The free throw off from McGee. Well, Swiss center Clint Capella is up there as one of the most efficient players in the league. He's only 22, but he's efficient mostly because all his shots come right at the basket, right on the doorstep. Last season, he finished near the top of the league, in fact, in field goal percentage.
And for a while, he was leading the league, if I recall correctly, Kevin. Capella knows who he is, what he's about, and what his team needs from him. So he finishes off his chances that are created by guards penetrating. Not flashy, but very effective.
Paul outside. He dishes it to Tucker. Paul outside. Outside Anthony. Capella with a screen on Caldwell Pope. And stolen by LeBron. And it's McGee with the jam.
I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Lob pass to Capella. Rebound the Lakers. Ingram's got 3 rebounds now in this one. James outside. McGee a screen. Caldwell Pope kicks to James. And another 3 for the Lakers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Capella and the dunk by Capella.
And, you know, Capella is so strong that you really got to wrap him up if you're going to commit the foul on it.
One shot.
Lakers trail by 10. And here is Ball. James right side. It's stolen by Capella. Shot by Gordon wide open. Doesn't go that time. And the Lakers take it the other way. Here's Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And with Ingram, he can score from anywhere. I mean, his jump shot is money, and his drives to the hoop, lethal.
Passes to Tucker. He kicks to Carmelo. Shot clock at 5. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. A second chance effort. Here's Capella. And at last, they get one to fall. And the Rockets lead by 10. LA's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Ball dishes to Ingram. McGee a screen. They set the pick. The pass to Caldwell Pope from downtown. The Rockets pull it in. 22 is their biggest lead.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
That one good for 2. 20 points for Brandon Ingram.
Well, I like the determination of Ingram. I mean, maintaining control on the drive despite the obvious contact.
Paul passes to Gordon. Capella with a screen on McGee. Gordon against Caldwell Pope. From 12 feet out. Here's Capella. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. He feeds it to Ingram. Pass the ball. There's the dish to LeBron. Shoots over Tucker. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from James.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Paul outside. Pass to Anthony. Launches it. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Anthony's got 9 points here in the second half. Now Ball. There's the screen. Dishes to Ingram. Ball kicks to McGee. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
I mean, his field goal percentage isn't good. He's not helping his team out there shooting this poorly.
Paul dishes to Tucker. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
That's good from Tucker. Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Lakers trail by 13. Now here's LeBron. McGee sets the pick for LeBron. They set the screen. Down low. Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Oh, you can't let Ball get this deep. I mean, once he's this close to the rim, that far inside, he's ready for the throwdown.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. Harden the pass to Paul. Back to Harden. Shoots over McGee. The Rockets with another miss. Los Angeles has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Sinks the triple.
Hey, it's not picture perfect, but it is a smooth shot that Ball shoots. Excellent at scoring from here. You got to D him up.
Now here's Paul. Back to Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 25 points for James Harden.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset. Kevin, it certainly hasn't been for lack of effort, but still, his team needs him to do more out there.
Paul kicks to Harden. Feeds it to Tucker. He dishes it to Anthony. Over Ingram. The shot by Anthony, no good.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now, he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. From 13, it'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from LeBron.
And the fact that James is so aggressive here, constantly looking to score when he's in rhythm.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Shoots over Ingram. Again, the miss by Anthony. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. McGee is screen on Hart. From the baseline. Makes a big, high bouncing post in. LeBron's got 11 in the second half.
He is scorching the D, exploding offensively.
Well, you know when you're in that kind of a zone, trust me, he knows he's in the zone right now.
Now, here is Harden. 11 feet away, so the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you got to know Harden's looking to get to the line. I mean, one of the best in the game at going right into the defender and drawing fouls.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. Caldwell Pope pushes the ball. Harden against Caldwell Pope. James in the post, and that one is good. LeBron's got 28.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
And you know that's right. I mean, he's looking to put his stamp all over this game. Oh, I like how Capella stays one step ahead of the posse on defense. Has a real good sense of body control.
Ball sets a screen for Ingram. Kicks the ball. McGee a screen. James in the post, guarded by Tucker.
And the leadership James brings to this team is incredibly valuable. When things get tight, they look to the king to provide for them.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
What a clutch performance. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
Harden with it. He's picked up by LeBron.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Now here's Ingram. To feed the ball. James in the post, guarded by Tucker. It's good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Yeah, strong move there. Big points on that possession. In need of a bucket late. This is the guy you want to go to.
LeBron against Harden. To the right side. 3-pointer. He can't hit that time. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot. This crowd all over it, turned up.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Timeout called the Lakers. They trail by 3. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Exactly. You're right on top of it, Greg. No need to chuck up a 3. Just be smart and get a quality shot.
James, the pass to Ingram, over Anthony. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And Ingram is always ready to score in clutch situations. A guy you can depend on to give you his best. You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're trailing by 3. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Exactly. You're right on top of it, Greg. No need to chuck up a 3. Just be smart and get a quality shot.
Caldwell Pope kicks the ball. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Absolutely no fear in this young fella. When the game is close, you want the ball in Ball's hand.
Timeout called the Rockets. The score is tied at 125. 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. Screen by Capella. Harden. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
And you know the ball's going to Harden when the game's tight. Terrific at delivering and producing down the stretch.
And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for